Sorry, not sorry, but shit's about to get a bit heavy with ectoplasmorphosis right here on Down Under.
Jeff T, and I'm listening to Thunda Down Under with Kane Vella Fella right here on Front Row Radio.
Aussie! Aussie! Aussie!
Oi, oi, oi!
This is Ethan from Snakes, and you're listening to the Thunda Down Under on Front Row Radio.
Face melt away. All self shall be cleansed. There be no more of your disease. For I am the maker of this. I am the maker of yours.
Interesting stories while being in the band. Okay, I'm probably going to say tour. Although the small tours were probably a bit more fun. The longer ones, we were pretty tired by the end of it.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't sleep much. But yeah, like I remember we played a gig in Dubbo once, and I got a knock at my door at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I opened the door up, and when I opened the door up, this was an avalanche of dry cleaning that just collapsed against the door.
What?
So our bass player and the ex-bass player, ex-drummer had stacked up found a bunch of washing in the pub that we were staying, stacked it 6 foot high, and then put a 50 kilo pot plant behind it as well. So I opened the door up, and I just got this avalanche of white bedding collapsed all over me. So then after that, I go to exit my accommodation, my room, and there's a rubber tree that's been brought in from outside in a 40 kilo, 50 kilo pot plant, plonked straight in the door. Yeah, so...
And it was at that point in time that I said to B the next morning that we're getting accommodation from this point forward on the other side of town to
the rest of the band.
to the rest of the band. Or if we're in a multi-story, they're on a different level. And I'm not telling them the room number because those guys off tap. Off tap, yeah.
Well...
And I think that was the same trip that someone came out from one of the rooms drunk in their jocks trying to fight us as well.
Causing havoc, yeah.
Yeah, just a random patron. Can you shut up? There in his jocks.
So you guys caught the brunt of that.
That was the same tour we played Frankie's Pizza before they shut down.
Oh, Frankie's Pizza. That was a milestone. That was
something else. Thanks to Chris from Hidden Intent.
Yeah.
Hooking us up with that show. That was an experience that he didn't want us to miss.
Yeah.
And got us in before they closed. So that was awesome as well.
Yeah,
what a venue.
We had a lot of artists talk about, and then the Duke of Enmore as well.
Yeah. We played on a mainstream night, actually. We played after one of the ex-actors from Home and Away was there with their band.
Yeah.
And so it was a full mainstream night. It wasn't a metal-specific night. And everyone just went off. They loved it. They were crazy. Okay. They thought it was hilarious. That was a bunch of guys from the bush playing metal.
Yeah.
So, we told some stories about back home and everything, and they just, they loved it.
Stories about, tour. First, this isn't Firestorm strictly, but it pertains to B and to me. We played our first big show with Soulforge at Steel Assassins Music Festival in 2013.
Oh, yeah.
Now B was playing the drum. You go on. B was playing the drums.
About this.
Oh no, we met one of the bands, the headliners from overseas, and we'd had a few.
Magahira and also Tabara.
Magahira and Tabara from Sydney.
Yeah, from Sydney.
From Tasmania.
Yeah.
And great guys, actually.
Yeah. So I was a bit hungry before the gig and decided to go and get some hockey noodles, and I wolfed them down, and then we got on the beers. I was playing drums. I wasn't.
He remembers the kind of noodles.
I think we got into our probably the last 4 bars of our second song. I vomited in my mouth while playing drums. Finished the song, grabbed an empty water jug, vomited into the water jug. Said to the boys, I was like, "Play the ballad. I'll be back in a sec." Ran backstage. Had a quick shower, just the top half of myself, ran back on just as the drums were about to kick in.
Holy shit.
Put my hand up, crowd's like, yeah! Kicked in right on the money, bang. So, yeah.
Wow, man. That's dedication.
Yeah. But we've played shows where, you know, we've had tech issues and been patching issues, and we've jumped in there. We've helped the sound guy fix issues. We've had times where, you know, someone's Floyd Rose tremolo kept going out of tune, so Tomo and I were like, hey man, we'll fix it for you. So we did a setup for him. Other times where Tomo soldered someone's pickups back together, you know, rewired their guitar for them 30 minutes before their show because we just happened to carry a soldering iron with us. So yeah, so always willing to kind of help out. If something goes down, we're not going to stand around and watch it happen. We're going to get in there and help fix it. I think it just comes from that small town attitude again. You know, you've got to know how to fix stuff.
Got to help each other.
Help each other out, you know. Like if someone's playing drums and their cymbal bloody flies off, you know, we're not going to wait for the sound tech to come and do it. Yeah. We're going to run up there and fix it, grab it back up, pick it back up.
Got to improv here and there. Yeah. Cool. You just heard Orpheus Omega, Exist to Observe. That track featured Bjorn Strid. First track in that set, Ectoplasmorphosis, self-titled Traversing the Veil of Entropy ultra brutal death metal in the vein of ecchymosis, stabbing, and putridity. Second up in the set, we had The Harrowed, also known as Fury, in their earlier years. These guys reigned from Broken Hill in New South Wales, and I chucked them in the mix because they're awesome and they're also a great influence of our featured band, Firestorm. And it just so happens that my stepbrother Ricky Boone is the guitarist for those guys. So I was very impressed to hear that they've made such a mark on the music industry, especially coming from Broken Hill, on their fellow musician. That track was Wisdom from the Flesh of the Fallen. Then we had the first track ever created by myself and my band Snakes. That was Face Melter. Stick around, guys. We're still to announce the winner of our random monthly listeners draw, and we've still got plenty more great music to look forward to, including Grim Ripper, Monolith, and one of the latest tracks from Black Serenade. You're listening to the Thunda Down Under. Incoming some shitty language. Cover your ears, kids.
Number 4. Anything negative about Vegemite. If Steve Irwin is a god of Australia, then Vegemite is the food of the gods. It has more yeast than the Australian female cricket team on a tour of Bangladesh in the steaming fucking heat. And that's a lot of yeast, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you right now. Sure, you may have seen some people eat it out of a spoon. Well, let me tell you this. The reason they are repelling in disgust and freaking out about the taste of the Vegemite is because that's not how you fucking eat it, you fucking idiot. You spread it lightly and enjoy the yeasty, pink, I don't know, all that type of shit that I spoke about earlier with the underpants and stuff. You don't shove it in your mouth like a big old spoon in a telly, you fucking ignorant cocksucker.
The Thunder Down Under.
comes to recording, again, living out in the bush and very remote area, there's no studios in Broken Hill. Our ex-drummer had a studio where he'd record his own drum parts, and Tomo and I have facilities at both of our houses, so we do our guitar and our vocals there. We record direct into the digital audio workstation, and we send all our stems to Silent Underground Studio in Newcastle. Daniel Walderman, who's an absolute wizard, but he's got a huge passion for the music. He's got a huge passion for his art and what he does. He's a very modest, lovely guy, really easy to work with, really easy to learn from.
Highly recommended.
Highly recommended. Silent Underground Studios, hit him up. Such a great guy, and he really helped us get that EP out. We'll be using him in the future again, definitely.
Yeah.
Inspired us, if anything else.
Yeah, the sound he got out of what we did, kind of pinching ourselves going, is this us?
100%, yeah.
So, would you say he sort of specialises in the heavier style music, or
Yeah, so he specialises.
does a bit of everything, or
So he does a bit of everything, but he really specialises in metal. He also has a business where he does like amp packs for digital amp modelers and stuff like that. The Fractal Audio stuff, he does.
nice little side hustle there?
Yeah.
I don't know what
He's actually
do
done
better, really.
He's actually done patches for some big names as well, from as far as
Pig Destroy, he did some patches for Pig Destroy.
Sick.
Yeah. So
he actually got drawn over the coals by the management of Pantera or something, because his patches were too accurate.
Right.
Or something to that
He's a
effect.
massive Dimebag fan, to the point where, I've got a couple of the old Washburn guitars and stuff.
Now the combo, hey?
Yeah, he identified my Washburn guitars and stuff, what era and everything and that as well. So
wow.
Yeah. So just another guy, just really passionate.
Perfectionist.
And loves what he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfectionist. Yeah, absolute perfectionist. Yeah. Cheers, Dan.
Cheers, Dan.
How did you guys find out about Dan?
Through Ash, yeah.
So we had a friend who plays in a band called Plague 9, Devin Smith. He's an absolute fanatic when it comes to Metallica and Metallica's sound. And he and Dan would chat regularly about the sound that they wanted. And both of them, both love Metallica, down to the point where, I think Devin's rig at one point, his guitar rig was worth like $45,000.
Holy shit.
Just everything, Like at one point he had one of the 4 Mesa EQs that existed in the world. He had one of them. And so Dan and Devin would talk quite a lot. We heard Plague 9's album, and then ex-drummer Ashley had reached out to Dan and started networking with him, and we took it from there. So yeah.
Push me to push you. Yeah, I can't. Why you lie?
Welcome to the Thunder Down Under. That's right, guys. Another month, another winner of our random listeners draw. And this month's winner is Cat Wartooth from Melbourne. Congratulations, Cat. If you're listening in, please get in touch with me on my Facebook, Kane Moose Knuckle Vella, or that Vella fella of the Thunder Down Under. Swing us your postal address and I'll have a pretty little prize package coming your way, courtesy of all the legendary bands and musicians that have contributed to the prize pool as far, and you all know who you are. So you too could be in the running to win our random listeners prize draw that is drawn every month with every new show. And all you gotta do is like and follow our Facebook page for the Thunder Down Under. And of course, tune in any Sunday. The show runs back to back, 24 hours, 12 a.m. to 12 a.m. AEST, with a new show airing the first Sunday of every month and then repeating every Sunday for the month. So plenty of scope to catch the show, guys, any Sunday. Get online and get yourself an earful.
Hello, it's Wally from Grimm. Hope you enjoy. Thanks.
Welcome to
Hardcore Promotions.
Are you ready to take your music to the next level? Get up there in the scene, be seen, be heard. Well, get yourself a bloody squiz of this. Quat Corp Promotions is your complete promotional service, figureheaded by the very talented Mr. Aaron Mangano of Kelvath, Garatere and Celestial Burial. Quat Corp Promotions offers complete promotional packages, drum beats, mixing and mastering, recording, logos, posters, vocal features, and merchandise. So giddy up and give your music the kick up the ass that it deserves. Jump online, find yourself Clot Corp Promotions on Facebook and Instagram, and get in touch with Aaron Mangano at clotcorppromotions@gmail.com. That is KLOTKORP. First track in that segment, guys, you heard Goat Shaman, the stoner sludge groove and doom band from Melbourne. That was a track off of their Monkey Palace album that was called Snail Grail. Second track in that set, High Tension, High Risk, High Rewards. Then we went over to Albury, Wodonga, with a band called Grim and a track titled Shallow Grave. And we finished up that segment with some death metal, Drowning the Light, Crowned by Lucifer. Thanks for tuning in here on The Thunder Down Under Front Row Radio. Let's kick on over to Tasmania with Grim Reaper. This is Savagery.
On one wing, then he is mine. face the fight. Yeah.
Plans and goals for the future. Survive. That's number one. You know?
Survive, yeah, I've got a 1-year-old.
Waking up in the morning is always
I've got a
good.
1-year-old, I'm surviving every day.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Look, I'm stay-at-home dad at the moment. My missus is working, so I'm just running the household, and that's plenty of work for me, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
And if I can get some time as things ease up a bit and we get a bit of daycare, then we'll get stuck right back in. We're still writing.
Yeah.
We've got writing, and we're doing some recording, and we need to get everything, all our ducks in a row. Once we do that, we're planning on an album launch and a release.
Yeah.
And if we can get the timing right, then we're not going to rush it. We're all easy going as far as time's concerned.
You've come this far.
Yeah, we've done what we've
There's
done,
no
and
point to up the pressure now, is there?
exactly, no.
Yeah.
And so we're going to do that.
Turn something you love into a chore.
Yeah, we've got 7 new tracks that are written, and we'll probably do another 2 or 3. We'll go for about 9 to 10 tracks for an album. We really like the new tracks. It's really interesting to listen to the evolution of the band. Once again, we don't have a singular sound, and that's something that I, kind of worried about a little bit. I was like, well, some of our songs are really different. And then I was like, well, there's no rule that says that every song has to sound the friggin' same.
Yeah.
But the essence of Firestorm is in all of those songs. So we branched out into some different areas, and new stuff is probably a little bit heavier, a bit more thrash oriented. There's some death metal influence in there.
I feel like in some ways it's kind of locked into where we might settle, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
So perhaps it does, there's some elements to it that just seem to resonate with me, and especially with B as well. And it just seems to be like home, like
It's
some of the
collective quite a history now, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a big mix, and
Yeah.
we're going to still keep the same kind of vocals. We're not getting rid of those, but there's going to be some extra gutturals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Here and there for a few songs, a few little embellishments. We're not going to lose our core sound. It's evolved a little bit, really. So yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Something to look forward to for people that have followed your journey so far.
Yeah.
And for you guys as well. I mean, as the artist, you need something to stimulate you eventually, or something that everyone goes out of their sound at some point, and wants a little bit something more challenging or more creatively challenging for themselves as well. So
and we're right, like we're not doing different time signatures and writing complex music for the sake of being pretentious.
Yeah,
we're writing what suits and what sounds good. And sometimes it's a little bit different and avant-garde, and other times it's just straight out fucking thrash and power metal.
Right?
So,
yeah.
I don't choose what I write. It just comes from the ether, if you like.
Yeah.
I don't claim any great skill or anything like
feels
this.
good.
It just feels good, and if it sounds good, feels good, and sounds good, we must be doing the right thing. And if it feels like that for us, and we're fairly discerning, then hopefully it feels good like that for the people listening.
And it sounds natural for the listener. Yeah. And it sounds right for the listener too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
No, I think we're just like, how would you describe us? I think, we're pretty laid back. Like, we're fierce on stage. Don't worry about it. Like, we're fierce on stage, but at the end of the day, we're a bunch of mates, a bunch of dads having fun playing music.
Not forgetting the whole purpose of it.
And that's what it is, you know what I mean? I think a lot of bands want to show face and make out there's something that they're not. We save that bullshit for the stage, When we're off, we're just a bunch of guys revisiting our teenage selves.
Looking for a good ramen joint.
Good ramen and
Good
good
hockey
beer.
noodle.
Good beer.
One that he can hold in his mouth until he gets to the bathroom.
It's all about riffs and good ramen, baby.
Hey, this is Mick Barr from Monolith, and you're listening to Thunder Down Under on Front Row Radio.
Such violent gates. Murder surrounds me. Torturing deafens me. One minute I just stay still. Unable to wait and feel. Just watch as it fades my side. Stay strong, pressing to my eye. I roll back up to the door. Very close to the end over. Feel pain as it flashes around. Feel pain as it squeezes the walls. Just shower the water fights. Cause it's right about that I like. Say back, say yes to me. Very dry eyes out the same. Fly away, say screaming about my pain.
a massive new track from the boys from Hobart. That was Black Serenade, Baptized by Flames. Those guys are blending influences from prog, death metal, and post-hardcore. They've so far released one EP titled Call of the Void. However, that track you just heard is a brand newie from those guys. A new material, hopefully going to be released at some point this year. We featured these guys on our May show of 2025, so you can get that on YouTube, free stream, if you're interested in checking out more of those guys. Otherwise, guys, of course, they're on all major streaming platforms. That was Black Serenade. Before that, we went over to Melbourne with the death metal tyrants Monolith with the title track from their He Who Kills album that was released in August last year. The Australian death metal veterans Monolith are back with vengeance, unleashing their most savage offering yet, He Who Kills, their new full-length album dropping August 22nd, 2025 via Wormhole Death Records. Known for their relentless aggression and uncompromising brutality, Monolith dive deep into the darkest corners of the human mind, exploring the twisted psyche of serial killers through a vicious blend of old-school death metal and modern technical ferocity. Fans of death, Morbid Angel, Dayside, and Suffocation prepare for total annihilation. This album is a grim reflection of the depraved, viewed through the eyes of the soulless, says guitarist Mick Barr, who wanted to deliver something raw, honest, and brutal. He Who Kills is exactly that. The band formed in 1998 by the guitarist Mick Barr and have been a staple in Melbourne's extreme metal scene for over 2 decades, evolving their thrash roots into a refined, brutal death metal force. The band continues to push boundaries by blending old-school brutality with elements of technical death metal. Their reputation for intense live shows and uncompromising musical integrity remains. Monolith, guys, check them out. Second up in that set, we had the band from Sydney, New South Wales, hardcore legends Speed, who have apparently taken out the $80,000 prize win for the New South Wales Music Prize for their debut studio album Only One Mode. The track we played was Not That Nice, which is a 2022 release from those guys. More recently, they've just released a 3-track EP. And we kicked off that segment over in Hobart again with Grim Ripper. That track was Savagery.
Hi, it's Luke here from Ruination, and you're listening to Thunder Down Under on Front Row Radio.
Is it me?
future? Well, in 2026, we hope to bring back Metal to the Max 2.0, bigger and better than ever before.
wait.
So for those of you who don't know what that is, it is a heavy metal festival that was held last year in Silverton, Broken Hill. And we brought out 30 heavy metal bands from Australia and all over Australia, and invited people to come and experience the Outback and heavy metal and Mad Max culture. And it was really successful. We had great feedback. Being our first show, there was some teething issues, but we hope to bring it back bigger and better than last year. And stay tuned for this.
Nice.
We're hoping to make this a biannual event, perhaps an annual event. We'll see how it goes. This next show will dictate what becomes of that.
Yeah.
It was greatly supported from all over Australia, and we're really thankful to everyone who came.
And a massive shout out to Brody Flowers and Ash Meadows of Lead Heavy Promotions.
Yeah.
In the team with Tomo, done all that heavy lifting.
Oh,
and
man.
a few others. Nick Jeffries as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to all the bands that came and all the people that came to experience that, everyone had a great time.
Yeah.
Now, as far as Firestorm's concerned, we hope to aim for that date for our launch of our album and our 2026.
Yeah.
So that's hopefully something else to look forward to. And yeah, I think that's something to mark in your calendar as a time to set aside. If this fires off, don't miss it. You will regret it if you do.
It was certainly one of the most unique metal festivals I've ever attended. Not necessarily the biggest crowd, but it was just, the setting was just absolutely unreal. To come over into Central Australia, into the desert, and go to a camel farm of all things, right? And it's a full camp out experience, like
Ostriches,
and
water buffalo,
a 3-day
cows,
camping
horses.
event.
Yeah.
And you know, like the first band kicks off every day at around about midday, and it just goes until about midnight. And oh man, epic. Absolutely epic. And it was an all-Australian lineup on the last occasion. Absolutely epic. And to see just such a congregation of Australian metal, you know, from all over, just come together in such a unique setting, you know, with all the animals there at the park, and then you've got all the old Mad Max scenes still set up as they were for the movie. In the middle of the desert in the Mundi Plains. Definitely one of the most memorable music festivals I've attended as far. Metal to the Max Festival in Silverton, guys, New South Wales. I'll tell you, if they can pull it off and continue this as even a biannual event, have it in any capacity will be a true blessing for Australian music, the Australian culture, and Australian metal. Got my fingers and legs crossed for that. Highly anticipating the next Metal to the Max. Guys, I just snuck in a little ditty titled Outspoken from Queensland hard rock outfit Ruination that just released their first studio album, Everything Eventually. Great album from start to finish. You will of course find that track on that album. Go check them out. Available on all major streaming platforms. Ruination. Wrapping up now, guys. We're gonna send you off with another track from our featured band, Firestorm. Thanks for tuning in. Until next Sunday, this is Sands of Time.
This is Tomo
NB,
from Firestorm
and you're listening to the Thunder Down Under
on Front Row Radio.
Yeah, people to thank. I think, look, one of the great things about Firestorm is like, yeah, there's been a bunch of members in the band, but it's also been a collective. I think coming from Broken Hill, there was immense pride in what we were doing. So we've had friends like Corinne and Robbo who have come to every single show that we've played locally. Friends like Nick Jeffries, who has offered up their services to do graphic design and videography. But also we've had friends, you know, like Dave Balfour from Metal Evolution, people like Chris from Hidden Intent, who took us under his wing, you know, for our first year and a bit until we almost drove him crazy. But yeah, there's so many people to thank, you know, and there's Firestorm is a collective. It's more than just the band members, which is really, really nice, you know, and we couldn't have done it without all the other people that have kind of chipped in to help us, you know, whether they've given us a room or we've been on tour or, you know, lent us a bus. But also I think just personally, like, massive thank you to my parents who have always like used music to distract me from wanting to ride dirt bikes because music was safer, which was all good. Thanks
Little did they know, you're going to get squashed by a pile of laundry walking around a tree.
Big thanks to my dad for not disowning me because I didn't play country music. But also, like, you know, my partner's been incredibly supportive, you know, always a backbone for everything that I do, you know, to let us kind of travel around and trust us to be, you know, upstanding members of the community. No, just like everyone really, you know, everyone that's, you know, said something nice, but also the random people that we've met on the road at shows, the random messages that we get, random people that send us like, you know, fan art and stuff like that, you know, things that you wouldn't really expect. Like I said, we're just a bunch of Asian dudes playing a bit of music. We're nothing special, you know, but the fact that people take the time to show appreciation in many different ways
And invest their time in you guys.
Man, it's amazing, you know, like I said, you know, our goal was to play a couple of shows in Broken Hill and Adelaide, and we've done a bit more than that. All off of one EP, may I add. So,
Nice.
who knows what will happen when we have an album.
Yeah. Excellent. Anything for you, Tomo?
Oh, B's pretty much summed it up, mate. Yeah, big thanks to my wife and family and all of our friends and fans and past members of the band. All are essential in all of our success and all are complicit in our success. Anything that we may go on to achieve, they're all a part of it.
Yeah, and even past members of other bands and separate bands that we've played in. Anyone that I've ever jammed with, you know, anyone that I've ever shared a stage with, or anyone that's ever come and watched a show. Massive thanks.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We at the Thunda Down Under and Front Row Radio would like to acknowledge both the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people as the original custodians of this land. You've been listening to the Thunda Down Under, the All Aussie Alternative and Metal Music Showcase.
This is Tomo
NB
from Firestorm
and you're listening to the Thunda Down Under
on Front Row Radio.
Aussie! Aussie! Aussie!
Oi! Oi!